Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town Grand Station. Now, in this episode I originally wanted to go for blue coins, which I said I was going to do last time, but we do have a small problem. We don't have any people. We don't have any people whatsoever. So I need to upgrade the base in order to get more, but to upgrade the base I need books, and enchanted books requires mana power, and mana power requires this working with the mana crystals. So I need to get mana crystals out of here. Because this is the only place we have them. We've got them obviously in trains as well, but they're boxed up. But out of here and over and into the schoolhouse. And I think I'm going to do it with a big conveyor belt. I think I'm going to do it with a big, ugly looking conveyor belt, but I'm afraid that's just the way it's going to be. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put that on top, make 6. That'll do. That'll do. So you come up there, you come along here, above that. Yep. And down into the schoolhouse. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, and then all we need to do is put a grab down. Boom. Grabbing the crystals, and out it goes, and the crystal can go in there, and everything will be awesome. And yeah, okay, so that's going to research our mana transmission, and then after we do mana transition we can do mana power, because mana power is required to make books, but we are going to have to put a temporary book place somewhere, because I can't expand out far enough down there to make books, which is something I've been having an idea with, but I don't know whether it's a good idea or not. So if we look down here, we are up to shirts at the moment, and we go 8 along and then down and then 8 along. So the next 8 on the top row will be cloak, magic coat, shoe, warm coat, magic robe, crown, firing, watering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we come down 1. So next to the well, that's a shirt production, because that would start next to the wood production. So next to shirt production, we will start a necklace. So it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 after protein shake, and then we'll go back to the top again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there is enchanted book on the end, which is, you know, doable. We probably have the money to buy enough if we go out to do that, but I think we get like 2 and a bit blocks of our segments. So, you know, like where I've tiled these off or walled these off, that's a segment. Get 2 and a little bit in there. So to go 8 segments, 16 segments, sorry, we need to go. We would probably need to buy 7 tiles, something like that. It would probably fit in there. I could afford that, but I can't do it with the rails. I don't have enough rails to get there to do it. So yeah, and also it's a really, really long way, like really long, like ridiculously far up there, and it's starting to cause problems. The distance that the trains are travelling is really starting to cause problems. So this is why I want to throw something out there. If I can get it to work, I'm going to do a bit of experimentation in this episode here. But what about actually having this as a central station? Rather than having everything go in one big long line that way, we'll go in that way as well. So we'll move the town, like down here or something, or up here or whatever, I don't know, and then we'll start building that way as well. So right now, I hold F here, and line this up. We have come to this line here. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. So up to wooden wheels and up to shirts, going over to the right as looking at the screen here. So what if we started here by putting in a the cloak here and did it that way? This is open to suggestion. I'm not going to do this in this episode. I'm not going to do it until this episode goes live. I very rarely record before. I very rarely record multiple episodes before one goes live, so I can always get feedback on things. So I do want your feedback on this, but we could do that. Or the other thing I was kind of thinking is maybe we could grab some of the stuff that we got right up there and move it like north and south as well. That is providing I can get this. I've got an idea in my head to how to get trains to go where I want them to go. I'm going to have to experiment with it. But say, for instance, we could do 2 lines to the left, to the right, sorry. Yeah, right that way. And then 2 lines. So by 2 lines, I mean like we could do those 2 and those 2. So we do up to flower over to the right. And then we do the next 2, which would be up to shirts, say south. And then the next 2, which is up to water crystals to the north, and then the last little ones to the east, west, left, that way. Wow, really difficult to know which way. So yeah, so I could grab things and move them around, or I could just split it in 2 and go, well, here it is, and then we'll go left for these last ones here, which probably makes more sense. I'm honest with you. Although I do like the idea of going out in a big cross, going out that way and down and across, and because then it also gives us the options of, I mean, this rail here would go up that way. So this would be centralised. So we'd go up, we'd turn the rail back that way, and then we'd come in from the opposite way and do things. But then if we went just that way, I would be able to join the rails in a different way, and it would still work. The trains could literally come in and connect onto the end of this track here, go along, and then they'd just turn around here and come back, and they'd filter all through the things that are going on there. They'd rejoin the track and probably turn this way again, or we could have them go a different direction. I don't know how I'd do that. I don't know how I'd get them going that way again. I could figure it out. I'm sure I could figure it out. But let me test things. So whilst this is doing its thing. Which it can't do. It can't do because it needs blue crystals. It needs blue coins. So we need to get some blue coins going. And I don't remember how I got blue coins in the first place. I think I had a little fishery going. And I was just selling direct to... What did I do? Was it fishery with... How did I get blue coins? I had some blue coins and I don't know how I got them. We've not made anything that gives us blue coins. I had a fishery going. I don't remember. We did had something that was making us blue coins. What? Wasn't bandage. Oh, I think it was fish oil. I think I remember having that with a little kitchen set up just to make fish oil, and it was eating our red coins. Could do that again here just to make some blue coin. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's cheap and a bit terrible, but I don't think it matters. Let's put a fishery in and say, hey, would you get fish? And it's going to cost us red coins, but that's fine. That's fine. We are selling red coins. I have turned this back on again to sell red coins, so we should be better now. Oh, and we're selling berry cakes. That's good. I tried to put a road in to try and allow this to filter better, but I guess I need to put more in because I need the ones delivering to the tavern to park here. Right, so we've got a fishery. You're filling up with fish. Awesome. So now we want a kitchen, which I can't put down because I don't have enough people. Technically. It will probably let me put it down, but it doesn't have any people in it, so we're going to have to figure this one out here. But this needs fish oil, and fish oil just requires fish. It doesn't actually require any fuel. That's why I did that. Awesome. And that sells in the apothecary? Yes. Right. And I can't build anything there because it's there. I am confused as to why locomotives don't require population, but harvester drills do. That is confusing for me. Minecarts I kind of get because just let them on the rails and go, but I would have thought a locomotive would have required at least one population. Especially when you consider fishing boats and cargo boats do. The cargo boats require 2 people. Wow. Okay. I suppose because they're on track, so they're already expensive. I don't know. Okay, so let's go and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll gimp our flour production down. Because I put these all up to 2 people to try and get a bit of a boost here, but if they're not getting the grain in, there's no point. Is there? There's no point. I think our sugar is also struggling a bit. Yeah, sugar's struggling a bit, so they're all at 2. Can I up these? I need to save just 1 person, don't I? I think 6 is the number we need to go to, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think 6 is... if you go to 7, it starts filling up the output. Oh, look, see here, if we're going to fill it. Yeah, see, it starts filling up the output, so it can't output fast enough. So 6 is dead right. So that will fill up the grain as fast as it can go. That leaves us 1 person spare. We need 2. We need 2 people. Damn it. Okay, I'm going to drop you down to 5. So that we can turn up the fishery, I think. Go down. There we go. It's down to 5. So it's not quite running at capacity, but hey ho. Right, so you can now get a person. Yay. There you go. And we're going to put in that. And okay, so you take 6 seconds and 2 fish. You have do you double per person? You do. You're like a farm, so that's way more effective to do it that way. Okay, and then we want to build a wagon, and the wagon wants to sell fish oil to the apothecary. Right, there we go. And that should get us some blue coins going. Unfortunately, we're going to actually have problems here with things blocking the way. I'll tell you what I can do. Happy to move that house over there, and then put in another row here. And then you can come this way. And that'll still work happily. There we go. And then you don't have to get blocked in there at all. Okay. This is filling up on fish. Yeah. 6 seconds for 2 fish. 1 fish every 4 seconds. Well, you're actually now a lot faster than that. So you're doing 1 fish every 2 seconds because I've added 100% speed to you. Ignoring the happiness because happiness is a global thing. So you can just ignore that because the happiness bonus that this gets, this one also gets. So you just look at them and go, so that's 6 seconds. Ignore the happiness bonus because they're both getting it. That's 4 seconds. So now you're producing a fish every 2 seconds. And you're using 2 fish every 6 seconds. So you're producing 3 fish in the same time that this requires 2 fish. Cool. Okay. And it looks as if it's just making the 4 in time. Is that correct? No, you got 3 then, didn't you? Okay, so what if we put an extra person or 2 in here? There we go. So we'll fill up. The rest of our people are in there. Because we need to boost to the blue coins in order to get our research going. So yeah, and then once we've got the enchanted books going, I'll just stick something in somewhere just to get them. It's not ideal, not really where I want it to go, but just yeah. And then we'll upgrade the base and we'll go from 30, I think 40 is the next step. I'm sure it goes 5 every go, and then 30, 40, then 60, then 80, then 100. I think memory serves. I'm sure it goes that way, but whichever doesn't really matter. But yeah, we'll get more houses, which means we'll get at least 50 people. We might get more, and then we can and things are great. But so okie dokie, let me show you what I had in mind for my thinking. We don't have any rails as well, so I need to sort that out. But we've got all these trains going along doing their thing, yada yada yada, and they always go down that track and then always come back to this track and go there. But if we wanted them to go that way, we'd have to have some way of filtering the trains out without using signal tags. Because you'll see here, if I grab, well, let's just have a look at this train here. Boom. This train here, this has a signal tag for wooden wheels, so it has a tag to know where it's going, and that tag and the item filter allows it to get pushed into the correct place. So like here, for instance, we have the reinforced plank tag, and then this train is filtered to planks, so it knows I am planks, I am reinforced planks, I'm the correct tag, I'm the correct item filter, let's go down here. But I also know that item filters read, or the sorters I should say, sorry, read the carts that's in the back of the train. So what I'm thinking is the train could have one filter, and then the carts could have another one, and this should still trigger and push the cart in the correct direction. I'm going to test it with reinforced planks because we've got loads of them. So let me put my train down. And let me add railcart transport large amount of goods. Can it control anything? Railcarts? Or are they loose? No, they're loose bulk. So we'll add a hopper car to this box car. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter you to... We're not using depleted crystals, are we? That was pointless. Yeah, I don't even know why I've got full crystals here, and I don't know why that one's empty. Yeah, I'm not sure why I've got full crystals here, because they're never going to get picked up by the train, the full crystals. Mana crystals are, but these ones don't get consumed, they get recharged. So I could have a system where we're just using them and dumping the depleted ones. Although I could have a recharging place as well. So we could use depleted crystals. But I digress, I'm going off on one anyway. We're nowhere near that. So what I'm thinking is, the box cart, we want to have reinforced planks. Okay, you want to be picking up reinforced planks. And the train is going to have the tag of things, because that's just what we want to do. But it's going to have an item filter of a depleted fire crystal. We'll go with that one. We'll go with fire. Okay, depleted fire crystal. So now if I let this go and we watch it, what I'm hoping will happen is that it will actually come down here and pick up reinforced planks. It does. It does. And that's because this one here has no depleted on it, but does have reinforced planks. But the boxcar is filtered to reinforced planks. We could turn off the train filter, which means it would ignore the depleted thing for it, but I'll leave that on because we're never going to get depleted crystals in the system. And if I do put them in the system later on and forget about it, it's all going to go terribly wrong, so you can all laugh at that point. But you're going to go down here and you're going to happily pick up these reinforced planks. Okay. So when you come back up here again, I would like to have an offshoot with a sorter that doesn't have a tag, but does have depleted fire crystals. Okay. So you're going to go chugga chugga chug. Come up here. You're going to find those. And you're not going to work because yeah, okay. But you should come down here anyway, shouldn't you? Yes, there we go. So it didn't pick them up because I had that turned on. So I do need to turn that off. Okay. So if I do that, oh, send you back into the system. Off you go. Move that. So now you go down. Hopefully you will pick up the depleted fire crystals because you ignore the train filter. So you're trying to pick up your own stuff now. Did you do it? You did. There we go. It picked up 50 reinforced planks. Awesome. And then it came back up and it went this way. And it went down. And it's fine. So I've got two separate filters on this now. Which is awesome. Because you can't use multiple tags. It would be nice if you could. Locomotive could have multiple tags and then like filters just have single ones. That would be fine. But yeah, doesn't matter. So that means that I could set a whole series of trains with the depleted fire crystals on them, and they would come down this track here, and then we could have this track here go round and go that way if we wanted to. Or we could have it go up onto this top loop, which would work for us, because we're going to move the town down here somewhere. And the great thing about that as well, I think, and I'm not sure whether this is going to work or not, but you're the bread train and you came up here. If I filter you to be depleted crystals, your flaff, okay, I need to make sure that none of the trains go by that came up to the top. That's what I'm concerned about. So what I should do is I'll put in another... Whoa, that was a mistake. Like that. I'll put in another one there and I'll turn off the filter. Just in case I miss something, I don't want one of the trains to end up in the system by mistake. Okay. So you're not going to go that way because you don't match the signal tag. Okay. But that's fine. That's fine. Because I could adjust the other stuff. Now think about it. If we I mean, I could say, well, the town is now on depleted air, for instance. We'll just say the town's on depleted air. So I can hold control and click that, or is it shift? Shift and click that, and it's got 2. And then turn off the signal tag. We don't need that. Boom. Because we want obviously the signal tags to still be correct here. Oh, if I just put you there, that'll do. You should now come along here, correct? Yes. Yes. Okie dokie. So now I want to come down here and I want to grab all these trains and I want to turn off on all the box cars that are going this way the train filter. It'd be nice if I could turn that off by default. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so this train didn't have a filter. So we're going to filter this one with depleted air, and we're going to turn off the boxcars. Boom. And we're going to delete the signal tags. Although I could technically tag this as town or something, I suppose. So you're going to get depleted air. You're going to get depleted air. Oh, no, not single tag, that one there, depleted air. But you should still go and get the veggie stew because you are set to veggie stew. Okay, and our reinforced planks went up there. So now I've got 2 trains coming along this top line here. I've got these ones here with the stuff here and up there. And then what I can do down here is I can say, well, actually, we want the town trains to come down this way, so I can put another filter in here and say, hey, you are depleted air, and then we've got a multi-signal system. This train will carry straight on and go end up down that way to wherever it wants to be, you know, doing its thing, wherever what's the word? It will go down to the like these ones here. We'll have all these segments down here. It will go that way, zoom off down there, and we'll do all its things and pick up all its things, then come back again. And then when it comes back, it can go up and around, or it could just join the bottom here. I completely forgot. This is something as well which I want to. I think I'll test it right now. So you're actually on the top rail, and you don't want to be on the top rail. You want to be on the bottom rail. Okay, so when we're going that way, we need to have the trains on the bottom rail, so they come in via the bottom one. Which means we need to change some of this rail system. We're gonna have to have a multi-layered sorter system here, which I hope is gonna work. I just don't want trains going the wrong way. I think what I might have to do, I'm thinking ahead here. Let me show you what I'm doing here. So let me remove this rail at the top here because I don't think we need it. Not now. Not anymore. And we'll remove the that there as well. Okay, I'm going to stop that off there. You're going to come to a stop. Right. You're going to come to a stop. There, that's fine. That's what we want. You won't go down because you're not a air. But I'm just using the depleted air crystal and depleted ones because it's just the simplest way I can think of of having an extra filter that doesn't really get used. I'm not going to use the depleted ones. I could use some other stuff. There are other filters in here. Double click. That I suppose I could use in certain places. Mind you, all these are categories, so that wouldn't really work. Really, you need the mana crystals are ideal because they're color coded. And as I said, we're going to drop off mana at a place that requires it, wherever it might be. Maybe it will be down there, wherever it'll be. And then we're just going to have the system built in to regenerate it in situ. We're not going to have the depleted crystals come out and go back, because otherwise that's you'd have a stupid long train carrying crystals to somewhere to drop them off and then to pick up depleted crystals and come back again, and it's just it could be done, but that's no, we'll stay as we are. Okay, so what I want to do then is I want these trains to come down. No, not locomotive. I want these trains to come down, and I want you to join on the bottom rail. So you're going the same way as every other train, so no train's going to crash into each other. So we're going to come along here. Okay, and then here. Shoot. Wow. Okay, thank you. Come on, shoot. Okay, thank you. Is that? Yeah, that's the trains there already. And then here somewhere, let's do it here. We'll connect those two together, and we'll have a like that, and we will say a sorter. And now a sorter always pushes stuff in a direction. If a train doesn't have this signal tag, it will not let it go. So I'm hoping that will it will let trains go by, because we know it works here, but it won't push a train up there. If not, so if a train parks here, so if I stop this train, for instance, and then I move it to say there, I don't think any train that isn't tagged correctly will go up. It may do. I'll have to double check it, so I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. Oh, actually, I need to move that there first, because I need to check this works. So you are tagged to air crystal. That's wrong. You should be tagged to depleted air crystal. There we go. Right, so that's depleted air and depleted fire. And you stop. Yep, and you go up. So you can't carry on unless you go that way. Right, so now what I want to do is I want to put that back there. And you can't go up. You're not allowed to go up because you are not that tagged. So you will just stop the whole system. So even if the way is blocked forward, it will not turn. That's what I wanted to check. To make sure that something doesn't get caught up and then the train decides to turn around. Okay. Now, what's going to happen here, unfortunately, is one of these trains, here it is, we have a depleted air crystal here that's gone along, picked up bread from here. He's come back along, and now he's just going to go around in circles. Yep, see, and he's going to go up here. He's going to go round and round in circles for the rest of the time. So what I need to do is I need to add on every one of these tracks a way for the trains to turn back around. You're still connected there, yeah, right. And then a connection there. So the trains can turn back around and go. Now, I've got two options here. Either all the trains that are going to the right, going up to our normal system, I could change their tags and then just change and turn off the filter on the back of the trains. That wouldn't be difficult to do. I could go through and do that. That wouldn't really be a major problem. Or I could just put a blocker here or a filter here and say, hey, only trains that are tagged with air crystals can go through. So that would mean even you would turn around and come back in, which is kind of what I want. So you do need to turn around. You need to actually be facing the opposite way. So let's grab a filter. Let's do it that way for the minute. Now this wouldn't work if we go north and south as well. So put that there, and then signal. No, not tag. We signal this with. So only depleted air can go through, and that should work. But what I need to do is I need to have these rails that come down here that turn right as we're looking at them. Also need to turn left on the top rail with a sorter that is just tagged with depleted air. Okay. So I need to do that to every one of these. Left, 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 and left, even though I can't see that one there. And then copy, and then control and paste, and paste, and paste, and paste, paste, and paste. Now the problem here is that I really hope the rest of my trains can do their thing. No, they can't. I was a little concerned about that. I was worried that it would block the main train line off. Because it's a sorter, and a sorter forces things to go directions. Okay, I can figure this out. We'll have like a little off rail there, I suppose. That would work. Yeah. Yeah, so instead of having it connected there, we'll have it come off there and then down. Oh. This is where I really wish you could copy and paste on top of rails. So if you have if you copy a rail and then paste it on top of another rail, it will let you do it, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So, okay, so I put that there, right? And then I want to break that because I don't want the trains that come down here to have any opportunities to turn left. Even though if they did turn left, they would just hit the end and then turn around. I could have just done that. I could have just made this all turn left. All trains go left, they never cross. That would be so much easier. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just have all the trains go left. Left as we're looking at it, I should say. So, I suppose when the trains are actually coming down, they'll be turning right. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Go left. Okay. And then these ones that cross over, I wouldn't have to have them crossing over. We could actually have these sorters down one, like that, and then have them turn rights coming out, and that would work. That would work. Let me show you how this will work. Let me move this down here. I remember saying at the start of the episode, let me show you something, and then get your opinion. And I'm kind of building it, but I can undo this. I can turn it all back again if people don't like the idea behind this. Not a problem. So what I'm doing here is the trains will come, they'll always turn, as far as the train's concerned, it will always turn right. Ooh. Breaking all the things down that went bump, and then bump. So yeah, so you go down there, stop. Oh, I hope that hasn't broken anything by unpausing the game for a moment there. Ah, didn't want to do that. What's this one? What's this one going to be? This one's going to be flour to carrots. The only problem is if you delete something by mistake, it's going to cause carrots to flour. So carrot, bum, 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 bum. 4, 1, 2, no water, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, so that fixes it. Yeah, if you delete one of these by mistake, it's a real pain. You come down there, you join that. and then you do that. So yeah, so what's going to happen here is all the trains that are coming from let's turn the camera this way. All the trains that are coming down to up will come along on the right hand track. I made this right hand drive when that's weird, but whatever. They'll come along the right hand track, and they'll come along and they'll go, hey, if I need to go up this one, I'll go up this one, and I'll do that, and then I'll go this way. I'll go this way, and I'll carry on forward, and I'll ignore these because these aren't needed for me. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I'll get here. I can't do that because I'm not a depleted air crystal, so I will hit this and turn around and go back again. And if I'm still empty and I have any of these filters, I'll go down here and pick these up. Slightly lengthens the distance they have to travel. They will have to do the whole loop now. And they'll come along and and they'll go right and they'll go right and they'll pick up goods and they'll go right and they'll pick up goods and they'll carry on. And then if they're not an air crystal, depleted air crystal or fire crystal, they'll carry on and do their thing. If they are, they'll turn around that way and they'll go this way and they'll come along, which means that any train coming from that side down will just hit the bottom row first, go along, turn around, hit the top row next, and then go off that way. Any train that comes from this way, our current setup, will come along and hit the top row first, turn around, hit the bottom row, and then carry on. And that will all work. Unpause, hope and pray. Because it should work. It should all work. And no trains will collide into each other because the tracks are never crossing. I'm never going to get a blockage now where one train's trying to turn in and another train's trying to turn out because no line is ever crossing another line here. See there, he turned around because he was there, and he turned around, and then what should happen is that he'll go, hey, I can go that way, so off I go. Well, he can't, but he can. I'll go that way. I'm a flower train. I can't do that, so I'll turn around and come back down again. And I need to get my flower. My flower is on this row here, so I'll hit this one here, sorry, and I'll go down and I'll get my flower, and that all works, and that all just works brilliantly. And now I have access to that side of the world, and I can do exactly the same thing on the bottom rail, exactly the same thing on the top rail, and that took way longer to explain than I expected it to, and I've just noticed the video is nearly 40 minutes long, so I do apologise. A lot of theorying and experimental, but yeah, and I could also filter this one here if I wanted to. If I changed all the trains that were coming from this side to have their own filter, so I could go with let's go with depleted. So I could go with like north, south, east and west if I wanted to do that. I'm just going to go east and west. I think that's probably safer. Yeah, so, and I could filter them all and just put a filter here saying only the correct trains can come this way, so I haven't got a sorter, so it's kind of universal on both sides, but it works either way. And if I did filter the trains this side, I could then put in a sorter here to force them to come this way rather than having that one, because I think if this line is blocked, no, the filter will block the line if the way it's blocked. So yeah, okay, this system will work. This system will work, and I can do exactly the same down here as well. I can just go, all these trains have the same filter as those ones, and if they're air filter, they go that way. That's fine. Or if they're fire filter, they go that way. And if they're air filter, they come down here. I have just realised I've left that. Oh no, the fire one should be driving around in circles in here. It's just stuck for the minute wherever I put it. The reinforced plank one. Is that you? Yeah, you'll just drive around in circles because you can't come out this end and you can't come out that end. So, yeah. Awesome. And then we can move the town to like down here. And even split it. We could put a town down here and a town up here. And that would work. And you'd have just, because we've got 4 depleted mana crystals, ignoring depleted mana itself. You've got earth, air, fire, water, which could be north, south, east and west. So, yeah, okay, sorry about the weird rant there, and, not rant, but, just ideas. I expected to be able to explain that a lot quicker, but then I've just gone in and actually done it, so, but let me know what you think. Let me know whether whether you like that, whether I should just carry on doing one great big long line that way. I'm fine with that, I just think it's getting a bit long and a bit much. Should I go just, if we look at it this way, should I just go east and west? Or should I also go north and south? which could be done. We could have a north line go off that way and a south line come off this way, and I'm sure it's all doable with logic, and we'd have trains coming in and going everywhere and doing all their things, and yeah. Yeah, so let me know what you think, and we shall figure it out from there. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.